So, folks, I got to admit something. I'm pretty much numb to the news these days. Like, I can hear a headline or I can see a headline, and for the most part, I don't even feel it anymore. Nothing shocks me. I'm not shocked by anything. I'll see something, hear something, and I just say I'm just numb. I'm just like, not shocked at all. So I love and I follow Aaron Parnas, like I'm sure so many of you do. And shout out to Aaron, love his work. I've had him on the show, great dude. Don't know how he does it and keeps his head on his shoulders. I really admire his strength and his guts to just keep doing this every day. But I'll go to his page sometimes if I've not been online in a while, and I'll be like, okay, what's happening? So I'll go to his Instagram, and I'll just scroll down. Well, we got some breaking news. Trump did this. We got some breaking news. Trump did that. And I'm just sitting there numb to it all. So I'm scrolling past his videos, and he says, well, we have some breaking news. There's a Chinese robot that's going to give birth to a human. And I just sit there like, And I kept scrolling. And then a couple of seconds later, I said, what the fuck did he just say? Like, did he really say that? And I scrolled back, and I was like, damn, that went right over my head because I'm so numb to the damn news. I mean, I could literally be sitting in my house, and Aaron Parnas could come on and go, hey, breaking news, we got Helter Skelter at Tennessee Brando's house. And I'd be like, is that what that is? Is that noise I hear? I mean, that's just how overwhelmed that we all are these days with this flooding of the zone. But I'm going to read you this article about this Chinese robot, and I have so many questions. And I got to be brutally honest with you, I don't know where this segment's going to go because I'm just going to read the article and react to it in real time. But when I heard this, I have so many questions. So again, thank y'all so much for being subscribers here on the channel. We're on the road to 1 million. I do believe we'll get there before the end of the year. If you like this kind of content, be sure and hit it. And we'll sit here and read these kind of headlines out loud in 2025. So, pregnant robot that will give birth to a live baby is expected to be released next year. I mean, again, I have so much to say about that. And I want to say one thing before I really get rolling with this. See, to me, this is the type of article that we should be reading in 2025. We should be making all this massive progress. Back when I was a kid in the 80s, I really thought, if you'd have asked me in 1985 when I was 5 years old, if you'd have said, what would the year 2025 be like? I was like, oh, we'll have flying cars. Like, we'll just be going to the moon and coming back in the same day. I would have absolutely thought we'd be in this age. So these are the stories we actually should be reading. I know it's a crazy story, but hear me out. We should actually be hearing these kind of stories more so than Donald Trump dragging us back 100 or 150 years. But get a load of this, folks. While everyone has been panicking about AI, technology elsewhere has been taking huge steps towards something unheard of. According to scientists in China, the first ever humanoid robot could carry and give birth to a live baby might be closer to reality than we think. Given that humanity's first IVF baby was born under 50 years ago, it's fair to say that the development of technology is unfolding right in front of our eyes. Experts believe that the tech will be able to successfully mimic a pregnancy from conception all the way to delivery. While it's still in the developmental stages, it would involve an artificial womb and nutrients being fed to the fetus through a tube. But the bottom line is that within 9 months, the baby will be born, according to health experts working on the project. Now, how much will China's pregnancy robot cost? The technology is at the mature stage, according to the doctor. I can't pronounce his name. The founder of the Kawa technology in China. His company is responsible for leading the research into the possibility, as he added, now it needs to be implanted into the robot's abdomen so that a real person and the robot can interact to achieve pregnancy, allowing the fetus to grow inside. This is absolutely crazy to me. So how will it work? Reports from local media claim the robot is designed to mimic the whole process of pregnancy through the process behind how the egg and the sperm are fertilized currently isn't clear. It's said that the baby will live inside the robot's body for the gestation period, with many remaining unsure of how it would be implanted into an artificial womb. But the doctor explained that the artificial fluid will be used around the babies to create an environment similar to that of the womb. He admitted that the tech isn't brand new and that scientists have kept premature lambs alive in the past for weeks. So what do critics have to say about the China's pregnancy robot? I can only imagine. So the doctor claims he's already been in touch with, I can't pronounce that word, with the province authorities to prepare drafts for legislation and policy that will change medical science forever. However, there are those skeptical about the humanoid's abilities to successfully replicate a human. They claim that the maternal hormone secretions, among many other biological processes, simply cannot be duplicated. An article written by researchers at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia stated a similar tech could pathologize pregnancy, despite others arguing that women would no longer face the mental and physical challenges of carrying a baby for 9 months. Yeah, folks, that's a real article in 2025, and as crazy and as outlandish as it does sound, those are the type of articles that I would have thought we would be reading if you'd asked me back when I was a kid in the 80s. I'd have said, yeah, we'll be taking these big giant advances forward. And I would have never thought we would be going back in time 150 years the way Donald Trump has taken us backwards. But that's unfortunately where we're at. Now, I mean, that's extremely out there to me to sit and think about the possibility of that. It causes me to ask a whole bunch of questions. So, you know, and I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but it definitely causes me to ask a whole lot of questions and sit back and go, okay, well, I mean, so would that person be created in God's own image? I mean, I think it's a fair question. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I think the religious folks would have probably the hardest time with this one. Because, you know, it's going to go against so much of what they preach and believe. But I'm not against it. Like, I'm really not. Like, I'm a person, folks, who I'm just along for this ride, okay? And I'm just kind of like George Carlin one time said in an interview. He said, you know, I'm just a notebook guy. I'm just sitting back taking notes, and I'm just watching the shit show. And that's pretty much what I feel like I'm doing. So I don't really ever see a story like that and go, oh my God, that's a threat to our way of life. I see Donald Trump and what he's trying to do right now with the midterms, and I see that as a threat to our way of life. So those kind of stories don't really freak me out, and that's probably why I was numb to it when I heard Aaron Parnas say it. I'm not really worried about science evolving. I mean, yeah, you know, we do have some concerns over AI, but that's not what I consider to be our biggest threat. To me, our biggest threat is someone shredding our Constitution, is someone shredding our rule of law, is someone ruling over us like an authoritarian dictator. We can figure out all the rest of this stuff. All the rest of this stuff, we can make it. We can figure it out. But we can't figure it out if we don't have a playing field to play on. That's my point. And so these stories, while they're bizarre and, well, shit, never thought I'd really be reading that, that's really the kind of story that we should be reading in 2025 versus, damn, he's trying to take us back to 1865, or actually before that, because he definitely wouldn't have wanted the outcome of the Civil War. He would have definitely wanted to take us back even further. So, yeah, we should be reading these kind of stories instead of covering Trump taking us backwards. I'll take that story over Trump taking us backwards. And that may be a hot take or a different way of looking at it. But I'm never worried about advancement in science. I'm never worried about our evolution or us evolve, because that's just how it's just natural. It's how it's supposed to be. So I look at going against the grain as the greater threat. So that's just my take on that one. I don't know how you feel. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the Chinese baby. And if one is born, I mean, could it one day, if a kid was born that way, could we possibly one day see a president of the United States born out of something like that? I mean, hell, folks, you got to admit it'd be better than the one we got right now.